Hello, and welcome to A Capital Idea with Rebecca Ash. This week we highlight the Cohoes Music Hall and the legend of Eva Tanguay. As a Cohoes native and performer, the Cohoes Music Hall has always held a particular fascination for me. It was commissioned in 1874 by two local businessmen, William Atchison and James Maston, who financed it for a staggering $60,000. That's $1,656,821.05 by today's standards. It was designed for retail shops on the first floor, offices on the second, and a 475-seat music hall on the third and fourth floors. After leasing the first floor in 1882, the National Bank of Cohoes would take ownership of the building in 1905 and retain it until 1936, when years of financial troubles would see it closed. It remained shuttered for over 60 years and then was purchased by the city of Cohoes for $1. After fundraising over $1 million for its restoration, it was reopened on March 7, 1975, just over 100 years after it was built, and a year after I was born. It remains the fourth oldest operational music hall in the country. Back in the day, it saw the likes of performers such as Buffalo Bill Cody, John Philip Sousa, P.T. Barnum's Baby Elephant Hunky Punky, General Tom Thumb, and Cohoes native La Petite Adelaide. But it is vaudeville sensation Eva Tanguay that is said to haunt the Cohoes Music Hall to this day. Born in 1878 and known as the Queen of Vaudeville, she performed with various theater troupes throughout the Northeast. It was not only her undeniable talent as a performer that catapulted her into renown, but also a plucky personality. In true vaudeville fashion, she would shock and delight audiences with her bawdy humor, even commissioning a dress made out of the newly minted Lincoln pennies, which she proceeded to pluck off her garment and toss to the men in the audience. And as a burlesque performer myself, this tickles me to no end. It's dubiously rumored that her very first performance at the Cohoes Music Hall saw her booed off the stage, but later appearances at the music hall were unquestionably met with positive reviews and ovations, such as one heralded performance in October of 1894. She would go on to become the highest paid vaudeville star of her day. Diminishing popularity of the art form, however, coupled with the disastrous stock market crash, robbed her of her fortune and her livelihood. She retired to Hollywood, California to quietly live out her days until her death in 1947 at the age of 68. But her electric personality and zest for mischief is said to remain in the Cohoes Music Hall, where cast, crew, and audience members alike claim to have encountered her ghost. Spectral Eva is known to play pranks backstage and has even come through on EVP recordings. Whether it's missing props, the scent of perfume in the air, ghostly giggling, or doors creaking open on their own, it would seem that Eva is still creating a stir and making her presence known. And with all the fabulous shows and events going on at Cohoes Music Hall, why not go down and try and catch her longest running act for yourself, if you dare. Cohoes Music Hall is located with or without Eva at 58 Remsen Street in Cohoes.